What if I told you that the chronic pain in your joints, the persistent fog in your brain, and that stubborn belly fat you can't seem to shift are all being fueled by a single biological fire that most doctors are completely ignoring? There is a forbidden protocol, a specific 5-day metabolic reset that utilizes a nutrient-dense tool so powerful it effectively shuts off the inflammatory master switch in your cells, yet it costs less than $3 a day, and Big Pharma is terrified you'll discover it. We are talking about a total systemic shutdown of the pathways that cause your body to attack itself, using a strategy that reverses years of internal damage in less than a single week. Right now, I want you to type the word relief in the comments section below to lock this intention into your subconscious. Hit the like button so this life-saving information reaches those suffering in silence, and subscribe to this channel immediately, because the metabolic secrets I am about to reveal are the only thing standing between you and a body that finally feels young again. If you care about your long-term health, do not skip a second of this, because once we start, your understanding of healing will be changed forever. Most people living today are walking around in a state of silent fire. You might call it aging, you might call it being tired, but biologically, it is systemic inflammation. This isn't the kind of inflammation you get when you stub your toe and it swells up. That's acute inflammation, and it's actually a good thing. What we are dealing with is the forbidden zone of chronic low-grade inflammation that stays turned on 24/7, slowly degrading your arterial walls, damaging your neurons, and making your insulin receptors completely numb. This is why you can't lose weight even when you eat healthy. Your cells are literally too swollen to hear the signal of the hormones telling them to burn fat. But there is a specific reason why this protocol is considered forbidden. It's because it relies on a food source so humble and so cheap that there is zero profit margin for a magic pill to replace it. We are talking about the sardine. Now, before you turn away because of the smell or the taste, you need to understand the chemistry. Sardines are not just fish. They are biological powerhouses. They are one of the only foods on the planet that provide a perfect ratio of the very things your immune system is starving for. High-dose EPA, DHA, vitamin D3, and something called selenium, which acts like a bodyguard for your thyroid. When you commit to this 5-day protocol, you aren't just eating fish. You are performing a localized, high-intensity nutritional strike on your cytokines. Cytokines are the signaling proteins that tell your body to stay inflamed. By flooding your system with 2,700 milligrams of omega-3s every single day, which is nearly 20 times what the average person consumes, you are effectively drowning the fire. If you've never heard of a sardine fast or this specific metabolic reset before, hit that like button right now so I know you're ready for the deep science. On day 1 of this protocol, the shift begins within the first 4 hours. Most people are sugar burners. Your brain and your muscles are addicted to glucose. When you switch to the forbidden protocol, eating 3 cans of high-quality sardines in extra virgin olive oil per day, you are cutting your carbohydrate intake to absolute zero. This forces your liver to do something it hasn't done in years. It has to burn off its stored sugar, known as glycogen. As that glycogen leaves your liver, it takes a massive amount of water with it. This is why, by the end of day 1, you'll notice your rings are looser and your face looks less puffy. You aren't just losing water weight, you are losing inflammatory fluid. But here's what most people completely miss about day 1. It's the dopamine hunger. You aren't actually hungry, your body is just bored and craving the hit of a carbohydrate. This is the moment where most people fail. But if you push through, something miraculous happens in the brain. The EPA from the sardines starts to cross the blood-brain barrier. It begins to lubricate the communication between your neurons. If you're following along and this makes sense, drop a ready in the comments. As we move into day 2, the protocol gets even more serious. This is the ketone transition. Your insulin levels have now dropped to their lowest point in perhaps a decade. When insulin is low, the gates to your fat cells finally swing open. Your body starts producing ketones, a superfuel that your brain actually prefers over sugar. But there's a secret ingredient in sardines that makes this day different than a regular fast: taurine. Taurine is an amino acid that spikes a neurotransmitter called GABA. GABA is your body's natural chill pill. While most people get cranky or hangry when they fast, the forbidden protocol keeps you calm, focused, and strangely stable. What happens next is the part nobody talks about. Around the 36-hour mark, your body triggers a process called autophagy. Think of this as a cellular vacuum cleaner. Because you aren't burdened by digesting complex starches or processed toxins, your immune system finally has the resources to go through your body and recycle old, damaged proteins. It starts cleaning out the junk in your joints. This is why that nagging lower back pain or that stiff neck suddenly starts to feel different. By day 3, the forbidden protocol reaches its peak therapeutic range. This is the brain fog clearance phase. Most people describe waking up on day 3 feeling like someone finally cleaned the windshield of their mind. Your neurons are now literally being bathed in DHA, which makes up about 20% of your brain's fatty acid weight. You aren't just thinking clearer, you are physically rebuilding the structural integrity of your nervous system. And this is where the inflammation relief becomes instant. Usually, inflammation is turned off slowly, but on day 3, you are hitting the resolvin threshold. Resolvins are bioactive molecules made from omega-3s that literally resolve inflammation. They don't just mask the pain like an aspirin, they tell the immune system to stop the attack. If you've ever struggled with an autoimmune issue or chronic fatigue, subscribe to this channel right now, because this specific day 3 shift is the breakthrough you've been looking for. Now let's talk about day 4, because this is where the internal experience becomes an external transformation. When you look in the mirror on day 4, you will see a glow that no expensive skin cream can replicate. This is because the skin is the last organ to receive nutrients. By day 4, the sheer volume of vitamin D and B12 from the sardines has saturated your internal organs and is finally reaching the epidermis. Your skin cells are becoming more fluid and less rigid. But there's a hidden danger on day 4 that I need to warn you about: the temptation to add just a little bit of something else. A cracker, a piece of fruit, a splash of milk in your coffee. Do not do it. The reason this protocol is so effective is the monotrophic nature of it. By giving your gut a break from various different proteins and fibers, you are allowing your microbiome to reset. Your gut bacteria are actually shifting. The bad bacteria that thrive on sugar are starving to death, while the good bacteria that support your metabolism are being fed by the high-quality fats. What most people don't realize is that your gut and your brain are connected by the vagus nerve. As your gut inflammation drops, your anxiety levels drop. You might find yourself feeling more confident, more patient, and less reactive to stress. If you're feeling the power of this, hit the like button to help spread this metabolic truth. Finally, we reach day 5. This is the willpower muscle phase. You have now proven to your body that you are in the driver's seat. You have consumed roughly 13,000 milligrams of high-potency omega-3s over the last 120 hours. Your joints are flexible, your sleep is deep, and your thyroid is finally firing on all cylinders because of the massive dose of selenium you've provided it. But what happens after day 5 is actually the most important part of the entire protocol. You cannot simply go back to eating the way you did before. You have created a clean slate. Your insulin sensitivity is now at a peak. If you break this protocol with a high-sugar meal, you will feel like you've been hit by a truck because your body is no longer used to the toxic load. The secret to maintaining this instant inflammation relief is to transition slowly. Start by adding a few non-starchy vegetables back in. Keep the sardines as a staple in your diet, maybe not every meal, but several times a week. You've just performed a metabolic miracle on yourself, and the goal now is to protect that new, low-inflammation state at all costs. Think about the value of what you've just accomplished. People spend thousands of dollars on biological drugs, steroid injections, and specialized physical therapy to get the relief that you just achieved for the price of a few cans of fish. This is why it's forbidden. Not because it's dangerous, but because it empowers you to take control of your own health without needing a middleman. If this protocol sounds like something you are ready to try, or if you have questions about the specific type of sardines to buy, always look for wild-caught, skin-on, bone-in, and packed in extra virgin olive oil. I want you to drop a comment below and tell me what your biggest health goal is for the next month. I read these comments, and they help me decide what forbidden secrets to reveal next. Before you go, remember that your health is your only true currency. In a world that profits from you being sick, tired, and inflamed, the most rebellious thing you can do is be healthy. You now have the blueprint for the 5-day forbidden protocol. You know how to shut off the fire, how to clear the fog, and how to jumpstart your fat-burning engine. Don't let this information just sit in your head. Action is the only thing that creates results. Type I am in the comments if you're committing to a metabolic reset this month. Hit that like button one last time to signal to the algorithm that this health-saving content matters, and make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. My mission is to give you the tools to become the master of your own biology. This 5-day journey is just the beginning. There are so many more layers to your metabolic health that we haven't even touched on yet, from the hidden triggers of cortisol to the specific ways your mitochondria produce energy. You don't have to suffer through chronic pain and slow aging. You just need the right protocol. Take this knowledge, get your supplies, and start your day 1 tomorrow. Your future self, the one with the flexible joints, the sharp mind, and the endless energy, is already thanking you. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next video as we continue to unlock the laboratory of your metabolic potential.